UTV ahwefo eba mu nyina adwo ebra yenwume kase boso enefia da nyime mu nyina adwo mamatena sese magyebre se mo hwe kase bo a enwume yede ebra mu afri UTV so na meka wo se ko DSTV no so a channel 360 onsa be kan ho na fe se we twagbi watimi ahwede TV no mu de ekosanso na YouTube so UTV Ghana e wonso ye ho na Facebook onsa be kan ho a nyina no UTV no ahwede no ahwede se me ekoso maimu ene amanoni this way chocolate drinks the unya ni so share bibinum na kokoo no eboa pa emo ahoden na esan eye aduane so e de mawo na afia koye de amade asa odu fia fufu sem no enkoyi mfama na mu bi so eni bia o da so se de fufu pepe o de na pebi nsuo so de special na water nsuo kama onoma eboa nsuo enyama ni pebia no nsuo bibinum na emo na nyoma nyina entwayi mfama kasebo de di ba kotene no ebi ene se Nooks catcher a bind or that's a papa passe and nay, or more any you tag a quacosim kunya, I'm massa cosuku, not a nay, ye can strike a strikey, or more chiasen sign. Oh, my penny abediache, alaji, baumia, etches, or may asra for a bands and a juma, or move papa, it's a baby, and also may share Nance and Juma whom I done a dano. It's written ye nasa for it to me a bois or may. And can name Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Wakasa. The Afa special prosecutor for Frawaba was all catch that by say, Womunya no one yaduma, Womunya ne so ramati na midu di enibi. Sanso and a Casama for Edema near man siding Kitawama MP Jamanyukunu, who are bobbing Asamo HS, Oman Perinda da John Dramani Mahama, only be the mamma for, and the thank you to Onoba, Assembly of Ekebiana and Ada. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association, one more say a buying and share. Na AstraZeneca no air vaccine etoso mienu no onfamrantem na sa nurse fo nyina no omo wo baako no eno ano no de aka no munya nwo yi nto muhia ene Johnson & Johnson air vaccine no aye wo no soafo hwe apobidi so kyerese de ene eba na wiene mum bi besen aba ebrese mu no so amanfo anya bian wo no ebenya bi awo ensem bi ka ho ne de bra mu wakasebo mu midin e de Akosua Sarpong mene Anim Addo Africa Sebono emu ensem enie National Union of Ghana Students ye twanitia eka no Nooks wanum koto aba eyimpanimfo ana akanifo foforo ena omutu anamoko pie mu ewo mampanyi akache se wokọ na wakọ akochia na womukọ omudo hawa hudo bebre ena to mampanyi enim enu bi eye utag eye achechefo a wonum ewo suapon mu anansen womukọ strike no sese abeto dwa se omu se o matwea sensen na omu kire se womani age ema womudo omu hawo so eto mampanyi enim Free August na etoso mienu na University Teachers Association Ghana for UTAG womo eti atua ekira ban se womo conditions of service no maketua ho sensem no enya de a ehye nkran enu ntini womo nko classroom bio enkokire ye ma no ade na efiri ho no ya bo womo abo womo ankwankopie mu ewo classroom a ye enura yi a eno mo de ba monten se womo ene aban asinkonwa enu ntini womo besan akọ classroom bio na eno enenam so ama a school fo nkabomku a ewo man Ghana mu ha eye National Union of Ghana Students for womo ada womo asese womo ne aban asinkonwa yi na womo timi akopie mu ewo classroom akire womo ade na womo de sansem we nyina to dwa wabra womo kopie mu ewo Jubilee House a womo kosra omampanyin na Addo dankwa akufu ado na womo panyin a woda womo ano eye President Emmanuel Yadomboache enam so ede sansem we nyina etudwa.
We commend our minister and then all other government agencies in their ability to get UTAG to return to negotiations, because this was a matter that was really affecting Ghanaian students. But at the end of the day, we would still plead with both parties to take away all forms of entrenched positions, such that the negotiation processes will not be prolonged or delayed. At this point, we would call for your intervention and then help see to it that our lecturers return back to the classrooms.
Enochi enomampanyin na Addo dankwa akufu adon so ede betu dwa se eye UTAG for atuatie ya wo mo ede atohoi eye ade anani age ho pa na ban no ebehwe atoto niema se de be ya UTAG for wo mo ho ebetumi ahenhan wo.
All of us are happy that the University Teachers Association have agreed after some long drawn-out negotiations, to suspend the strike that they had and go back to the negotiating table. Well, I'm hoping very much that some strong binding arrangement will be finally agreed on by the parties. There's a roadmap that has been established, and hopefully both parties will make sure that this roadmap is carefully implemented. It's in the interest of all of us to make sure that there's no disruption to academic work in our tertiary institutions, and that the teachers have the wherewithal to be able to undertake and discharge these very important obligations that they have. They have the future of our country in their hands, in the instruction of you and thousands of other students. So I'm hoping that the developments that have taken place will be translated into a positive conclusion for everybody. It is in all our interests that it should be so. I've taken note of the various matters that you have brought to this high cost of hostel accommodation and
Omanpeni abedi Dr. Alhaji Mohammed Dubaumia se eba asrafo mo man Ghana mu a omo boa pa se emfansa no dwuma emo man omo boa pa nti o se o man ne hwe na bre no training anase omo danda no nsa no ahwe dwuma na akoyie no omo ntumi enye se ne be ye bre bia no se Ghana hia asrafo a omo betumi abo man
Omanpanyi abedi Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia mu a Ghana Armed Forces Staff College school bi a atete enipa pa ewo oman Ghana mu a saa enipa wo mo afri mu aba no wo mo enipa papa wo mo eboa pa amabambo ho nsem atumi atumpon ewo oman yi mu na omanpanyi abedi Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia de sansem we nyina tudwa wabra wo mo joint graduation bi ema senior command na staff course 42 for ebinim so enya degree ewo defense and international politics a wo mo class of 2021 nyina no ekoso ewo bema camp ene de ne no eno mampanyi abedi Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia edi ba betu dwase wo mo entonko so a enye adwumade enunti ena ban so ede nhyehyɛ pa agufom ehwe edi sika hodo no a ehye ye bambo ho nsam mu ewo man Ghana mu sɛ de be ya ebetumi aboa ne atumi atretiri mu atete enipa ahodo no a.
The Command and Staff College is a prime national asset. The college has continuously demonstrated resilience and innovative ways in its contributions towards national and regional development. Government will continue to provide needed logistics support and budgetary allocations to help with the Ghana Armed Forces Expansion Program. In the context of GAFC, I want to state that government will continue the physical infrastructure expansion program at the Ghana Military Academy at the college. This will enable GAFC to continue to clear the backlog of officers who are waiting to enroll in the junior and senior staff courses. The government of Nana Addo Akosua recognizes the armed forces as a skills-based profession that requires constant training and development. And to this end, I have asked the Minister for Defense to liaise with the GET Fund to ensure the completion of the 54-unit, 4-story uncompleted students' accommodation.
Enwachi enomampanyine abedi Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia esande ababetu dwase ehu ebehia se ye nyina ye beboa na ya self discipline osisi etumi ehye ye ho so se de be ya ebetumi akon COVID-19 yare no ewo oman Ghana mu.
The joy and excitement of graduating today should not be limited to the fact that you have completed a major career course or earned a master's degree. You have also gained knowledge, and you are ready to contribute to the development of your respective countries. May I add that even after you depart from the confines of the college, and perhaps until nature and science favorably end the pandemic, we have to fight the pandemic with self-discipline. Needless to say, the onset of COVID-19 has changed our lifestyle, and we have to adapt accordingly.
Enkane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama kopiemu ewo Tamale. Wane nsentwerefo ahia na enkomo a wane nsentwerefo no edi no obi bisa Akosan na sa Akosan yi call special prosecutor die mu eno ne nam so aman kane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ka kire na Addo Danko Akufo Addo ene na ban se mo nya ne te se owura matena medudie ne bi wo mo ma ne kwan na nneoma ene akade ya sefata se special prosecutor e de be ya adwuma no wo mo de beta na chi no aye na adwuma ne yie.
The new special prosecutor, well, it was a central plank of Nana Akufo-Addo's campaign in 2016, and that was his major instrument of dealing with corruption. Apart from in the interview he did in the debate where he said he will use the Anas principle. However, the Anas principle, he's abandoned it, so let's put that aside. The special prosecutor is virtually his only instrument in dealing with corruption. Unfortunately, the first special prosecutor did not get the kind of cooperation he needed to be able to do the work that he had been given. We heard him complain about funding of the office in terms of logistics, in terms of finance to recruit the kind of personnel that he needed to do the job. We had many complaints about that. But since then, we've also had many complaints where the executive and the political establishment had attempted to interfere in his job. The beauty of the special prosecutor is the independence of the office and his ability to investigate corruption, notwithstanding whose ox is God. When you take that independence away, it robs the office of its usefulness. And I think that our comrade Martin Amidu's major difficulty was that the independence of the office was compromised, as we've seen subsequently in the things that he has said. And that robbed him of the effectiveness, both in terms of compromising his independence and in terms of not providing the adequate logistics and financing to meet the optimal functioning of that office. We hope that those things will be corrected under this new special prosecutor. He's a young, enterprising lawyer. He's got a brilliant career, and in private practice, he's been very well respected. And so now that Parliament has passed him, I hope that he'll move that expertise and brilliance into the job of investigating corruption across board. You know, most of the corruption, age-old, would have been held accountable by now. And that's why you have people who were in my government standing trial. There are some who have been sent into prison. So a lot of the corruption that is happening will be happening under the current dispensation. And so the fact that this particular president and government appointed you are going to be able to cut through that and be able to go into investigating, you know, acts of corruption that are taking place, not only under this government, but with people who are very close to the center of power. That will determine whether he's successful or he's a failure.
Yet was on a call MPP Amanyokono Australia na Penia Oda Amansan any a year MPP Amanyokono Kitawudi and Director of Communication Uraya Boabin Asamoah HSA Mampenda da John Dramani Mahama esi kwan so se Oda Amanfoase no chese o Mampenda da eni bibi odema Ghana man na Ghana man for enka kromunka dum so enti so ba enso be kanyina no momo nyintum
I didn't put it through the also to Obama, former president, former flag bearer, and aspiring flag bearer John Mahama. A dear pa na 2012 for G. Ukukru Mutiwa Yamao. Or the electricity. So 2 years went to Yaka. Ususu a no kakra when you tete na susuru anadwane. Uko bank o mse o matupunum sika bia ni ho. E ba nsa no oba na otwa BC no wantimi anko SHS. Satan mi tua. Training allowances or jifri unsem teacher and nurses or sign eji na yama menum yenua ma ye yenum kowo a yentu aka so jifri unsem bibia na okondo bia o jifri unsem na ne oni na mu ya o si okoda asi wo ene wo beto ahye wo so oni na mu obom opo bia chinawe de na nado dia ma open bia obeso o jifri unsem referendum ye region when me and na no anka fe enso ne on na region mu busa om se hwana e be siesi ho ama region no aye gi no anka ho so ne okonunum say enye enso otena so a no ani krom kro wantimi amom region ana ma pria omni otifo oma pria wantimi amom ene omunyaaye no akogina ho to ayampia say wan na be develop ho amom did say ko munya region me kra if say nyon na de ma wo budi agura mo ma free SHS obetwam o ma wo hwe nti eni sa odi wani to no so na to abama no da obebusa o se ade bia na nado de ma wo je free nsem busa nse de en wo de ma wo twa free SHS mo de en wo de ba ti yesrem pa ye de gidi se MPP fo adwuma sombo de NDC fo ye na ya amanyosem ye nim se amanyosem ena omo ye nti mo so mo mani na ho nti ye di daso ene se 2024 mo be dom ye na adwuma pa no ya toa so ama mo ye be hye mo ma yo mama obehwie agu ye be hye mo ma yo mama obehwie agu nti me di masem mo ba wie no eda yo mama be ba begina wanim se obeda wasese oto abama 2020 misraw busano se on kan kirewo onu nuanu ma mo ho tie no se kwan bed obefa so a obema mo mma akosku
UTV enwumre yensa ka emfonyini bi na saa video yi a yensa kan eye headmaster bi ewo senior high school bi ewo Asante Mantem na uhwe emfonyini no a headmaster no twitwa student asum na se de wo si bobbo na som no emu owerem yenim de asi enti yabo ye homoden anya school fo nkwada ne ba ko a ye mfa ne di ntudwa be frɛ ne prince sabriye na ye bisa ne de ekoso ewo ho de enti a asotro saa esum emfonyini ye bayi ama Ghana fo a wo mo ehwe UTV anwumre yi ahwe emfonyini ni bi na afa ye bisam se eye den na abrantie yi ye frɛ ne prince ama ka se enye ne din ano no na enso saa ena ye be frɛ no prince ma joy eti say
good evening ma chayo
ayi emfonyini ya ye hwe yi school ben eno no
Pasetia senior high
Pasetia senior high school
ma chayo
yo video yi said yesi yesi hunu ene de ye mo headmaster no or papa student asum ye hu ye no na ye dai wo betimi a kirem
me mom de mini school mo bi sesia but according to information from the data ever video won na almost say nkola 2 no na omo okun e wo phone wan se ba ko no phone ye ne dia na aso mudi hu etumi abra na abra prep ne kotu na omo pre no epie ho no hu so mu report no ta na oni security man ne nam na omo chi omo tu ne bi na pinki ho no
okay
na yesi na hu she video crampo na ubo se boy na obobo na so mi crampo na ne down e ro imagine ho the boxer eguso e da ho no
okay
Meba,
o say no only security man no headmaster no no shots na no papa student na sum no
ma trying
okay headmaster your friend is saying
Peter Boating
Mr. Peter Boating ono na headmaster ewo Pasetia
ma trying
aha na wo kasa no na line ni mu nye clear na ye ntini ye wo say abrante no ye dai eti ni echi ni begina mfimfin sa papa na sum
aso mutu no mutu na ho
aha
omo pre aso ba so na for ba ku phone e na omo pre won se phone we e wo di phone we e wo di abra pre photo
okay
no abra na e photo sa no e na headmaster no e be pie so
okay
enti obe pie so sa no o chi omo tu begina mfimfin ho no
okay
e na yesi no so e to aso
enti de no aso ni mu na o papa na sum no ono nkwa na papa na sum anase mienu na no omo pre no ono so ye ni bi
ba me ti se the video na bi hu no we se no papa na sum o mo kan ni na si we e no mo papa na sum da
okay ana wo se sa na ote e se sen
we nya first we nya second
okay Ah, on the on fa ba momo ne nsa.
Eye ya no watum.
O se eye ya no e dey.
Watum.
Eye ya no o twitwe wasum.
Ah.
Okay. Enti mu wie sa no ne ma obi akọ yekodae.
Obia mi mi so mo ko to aso dia because na mi can put obi. But na mi dey do me na so am me hwe na me na o sa na ebi na me dey do me so.
Yo. Yedase asem yaba se ye beto aso na nhwehwemu ya hwese de besi akọ. Efonyini ya na ehwe eye mpasetia ewo Asante Mantem mu eye Kumasi mfimfi pe senior high school na Prince abema ya ye ne no kasa ye kire se school fo mienu mrantie na omo ko phones ho enti omo ko phones no ho no na headmaster ene security man be pie so omo pie so no ene de ni ehunu na sotro de omo se headmaster no saa na ote na wo papa student no asum sa na asotro no wo hwe mfonyini ni yie pa de a wo papa na sum punches ni nyina bi wom na saa ene sese kwa na ye be hwe na yabo ye homoden abisa mpanimfo na afi ensemi se de esi ete se de o ka se saa na headmaster ne tie ne de mu owerem kakra ye be koso ana ya bisabisam de ekoso
Abusafo ya to ansam no so na yakọ eye coronavirus ensemu yare boni a abesua wiase na vaccine ewo ho no na nsen foforo ba Ghana Johnson & Johnson na ehya ase wo ye no osoafo hwe apomdin ensem so onabo kwaku agimamenu echese ne due yi na ba na wie ye enti oba pro ekomia ya yewo sa mpani na nse wode to amanfo eni echese edro de kan aba Johnson & Johnson yawo na yawo enu awie no ebre sim no wa won bi na manfo nya gidie saban no e de ba be kan se de vaccine obi abewo bi na yare no yabo ye ho ban e de afiri
ene day na empanfo ayisi ho se COVID-19 vaccination ya eno eye Johnson & Johnson Covax vaccine ya dodo no ewo man Ghana mu no eba awieye eno enam so ama osoafo hwe apomdi hunsam so honorable kwaku agimamanu abonsra ewo nkran kroduam ha akọ centers ahodo no akọhwe se de niema eko na wahyebo se aban eye nhyehyeye akofa sa vaccines no bi atumi aba se de be ya nipa dodo no ebetumi anya bi awo ewo COVID-19 abri emu
baby a ye vaccination no ebi na mahwese nia esi ekoso se be ya transmit a metimi a report na ye wo hu bi se ye ja vaccine no kakra no vaccination no ye de bi ba ye nya nipa emeye vaccination no se sela nkrufo ka ho nsem bebre ba me ba he mani ajepa more people a ye be vaccinate no ne be ma yare no a etre no atimi akofom amaye senka ne ya ye wo vaccines bebre pa se be na otwemienu na otwemiensa bosome mienu ntem yetimi vaccinate nipa be 20 million Ghana heya nka ye ne yare no ntem betwe kakra ba vaccine no ho odene opi bia onya bi enti na nyame aye yadom kakra ye nya bi no na ese ye ne tentem bi nam kwanso a eba ba ebe bank kakra krese ya kuzi se ye betumi vaccinate nipa ne nyina awie ye wo health service staff na be immunization dada we are using them abayama yakoto refrigerators vaccines for bi hot to say Moderna and Pfizer na eno no gise temperature no wo form pa kese yanya ho mfidie nyina yenya bi ba ye betumi de asie ama adwumayefo no workers no atumi aye ho adwuma amaye they are ready na minim say ye kwanim no nema betumi akofom kakra amaye ba ya ne ehia kese ne say vaccine or no vaccine we na ye de kyekire ano no esetem bia ye to aso ekoso eye baby about panye no bi nyina everybody is still using these ones inti say to aso na protocol say dey adwuma no so yetumi dey adwuma ye de on say vaccines na ye nya benti e chere the protocols no de ensa hokro sanitizer use face masks especially face masks say area ho na social distancing so ehia abre nyina large gatherings no ehia bebresa okwa yi ase a na nsa na bebo a uwie ya na akofie ehia so kotra ba bi akoyi wei akonom nsa akodidi eno nyina ama yare no etre ti aka nipa ba ko be ka nipa be yadu no ti ase yehwe ho so eyie kakra
Forestry Commission penifo akopie mu mfimfini mantem kwa akohwe kwaye a ewo ho ene eho bambo ensem eyie sanso ena Green Ghana project no wo mo ehwe nche ye bia na yeduedue nnua ewo mamu nti na wo mo kwa akohwe se sen eni nnua no esi efifi ana enyini efa na CEO a wada Forestry Commission ano eye Owura John Alote wono na di team yanim ekoko piemu mfimfini mantem.
The target was to plant 5 million trees. With the support of all Ghanaians, to plant over 7 million seedlings. It was very successful. But the minister, I can't say, planting 7 million trees is not enough. I say rounds. They sure say all those 7 million trees are growing. And the Aba Central Region, I call Commander Cape Coast University at the Sade College. Komenko yesi ayewo Orechimam ni na eba be hwe trees aye plant here na I sure say ni na enyin na I share the various strategies we put in place I sure say yen lose those seedlings so you call around you say ni na enyin some few areas to say Alpha Wiz Islamic school and they say they are not growing too well because of how long say be epono anti soil no any too good because in Siono internal by I say Siono be starting very soon but generally Nina very grew very well and we are well impressed. Me directors you started central region all the other regions I sure say seedlings no enyi and now it's me and so bisa for what are the issues if there are some challenges I bet to me as solve but next year it will be bigger than this and maybe a coin na obia crowd say next year on be more than year this year
you bet me adua mana den abo me say to say ya kasa no yo asase bi da honom a ye ni abresa ye de sese ye de ye dua nnua no afa ho nyina na daachi nchirima no enya so mfaso senti se nnua na ka wo krum hanom ne hu se dodo na ayede afri ewrenchima mu ye twa ne nyina nte sese de ye dibi ye de ehya anan nti se kokoo mu o modifuo mu o ba biara efi se kwanda bia ye dua bia be ye no sese de ye dibi esi ho ma etumi enyini ama nchima no nso aba beto ama nsuo no so etumi ade ato amai because ye hwe afie we nsuo no ade ehwan mo pa nanso sɛ ade a mfi sɛ ennua no honom a nka bia nsuo no bɛde ebetumi agugu ama ye ne a ye no ba no bɛde ebetumi akoso sɛ ne sɛ ne efata eyi no ɛde Nyankopɔn ne yɛbɔ ne mpae sɛ ɔbɛma yɛ ahoɔden ne nkwa na ɛbrɛ no so a yɛtumi ayɛ ayɛ sɛ adwuma no ama bibia ayɛ akoso dododo. Abisafo to ansem no so na ye kɔ apie mantemu na ye ne yenua Ebeneza aye atwetwe nkomo ese mekope bibia bedi ene mbede ne nam yate sɛ konfo bi adwudwa abrantie bi na aye ene wɔ nsem no nyina nti aye oteme nka anwumre boy mu amane kakra
yiwu makura ni awde atugwa no eye no kware abrantie bi a ne dindi Eugene eno kuto na mensa kan a wadi mfi aduonu baako Odonfo bi adaworo ma wa hye abranti igwa wosuhun gwa wodi no ye phone so na oton na okonfo bi a ono so ne din di slide ono wosi no na biribi e mota abesra abranti wo na adwuma mu eta aba ho nti yi na obai na okachira abranti ni si mo hwe se ne gwa no ko na enkoye nti tumi aboya no ama nipa dubu afa no so a wo be di gwa wo beto ade ama na nya sika enu ti abranti so de na adwene ma no Meruma ose omma no be 1000 cedis na onye ni bebere ma no no so de ama no omo si oma ni 2000 obe ni bebere ama no de ama no meka isika yo de ma ni nyina so ntumi mmọ ho se ne a oka so obegbo ho no eyi na abrante no ko bisa no so se ne aye je se oton phones ni nyina no de sika ne bere no ansa watumi ne nsa tumi aka se sika na mpa ono so ton phones ni nyina no de sika owo ni nyina koma okonfui ana okonfo ne ka kire ni si still a bribi wo ha je se wo ye enu ti phones no oton no de wo de ba ko hye fom ansa ne nsa aka sika no ena mpa osa de phone no koma okonfui enu wo tu form no wo de phone ni hye ho eyi na abrante na onipa o hye nugwa no dinya amensa kan ye mofi ai se ade ne duru no ena ofre abrante ni si omra ko foridua nanka nkonta bia no ombebu enkyere no nonhwe na onkofa ne mambra abrante ne ba ya wa bansapan na obisa ne si aden na odi ama ne bebo no si okonfo slide na okase menye se na wayɛ watu saa na mo ni nyinaa nso sika ne mmae ɛna obi saa ni se nti wɔbɛyɛ den na wɔn nsa aka ɔkɔmfo slide ɛna ɔsɔ wɔ ne namba ɛna wɔfrɛ ɔkɔmfo yi ne wɔka kyerɛ ni si wo yɛate wo nka wo sɛ woyie paa wobɔ ho mmɔden nti yɛpɛ sɛ woba na woyɛ bi ma yɛn ɛna wɔda de ɔkɔmfo yi na ɔkyerɛ wɔn baabi a ɔwɔ wɔ si no hɔ ɛna agya aberante nso fa ne n'ayɔnkofo kaa ne ho ne wɔkɔe wɔkɔto ɔkɔmfo slide hu wɔn apɛ na wɔde amanneɛ bɔ no si oke wɔn twɛn no na ɔba owura dan mu a na ɔkɔtwe dade ne ne nua baako nso kɔtwe dade ɛna wɔn de wɔde bɛta nipa na wɔtwitwa wɔn buburo wɔkutu twɛ wɔn ano wɔsan fi ase sɛ wɔteɛ mu si akorɔmfo nti nipa ɛwɔ mantam wɔn nyinaa so twe nnua ne nnade ɛna wɔde ba nti ɛkɔba sɛ nipa yi tu mirika nti wɔde mirika kɔ no ɛna wɔn ti yɛ wɔkɔhyia assemblyman na wɔbɔ na mane so ne akɔ ne yɛnya akorɔmfo na assemblyman so okete saa na tene deɛ na mo mbɛsen ne yɛnkɔ ɔkɔmfo no wɔn wɔkɔe ɛna mpaa wɔkɔ kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ no wɔfrɛ police nti prempren a me ne wɔkanya wɔn nsa aka nipa baasa ne nyinaa na ɔkɔmfo ne ne nuanom baanu a prempren wɔwɔ polisifoɔ nsɛm a wɔwɔ koforidua a me ne wɔrekasa yi yiw maakora
ayɛ na mmerante no saa bere wɔ apɔmuden ho nsɛm ɛte sɛ
nyame adom wɔgu so wɔ ayarehwɛ hɔ wɔgu so wɔ ayaresabea hɔ a wɔgu so hwɛ wɔn ɛna saa nnipa yi so wɔ polisifoɔ nsɛm wɔ koforidua
ayɛ dɛ mbisa twato ne sɛ sika no wotietie mu no wote dodo a ɔkeka bɔ mu kakra 1000 no wote baabi ekosi ya
wote sɛ wokeka bɔ mu ne nneɛma a watɔn na bɛyɛ 15000 de akɔdi ɔkɔmfo ne nsɛm yiw
enti no so obesi ho ahena ma wɔn a ɛkɔfa sɛ ɛbae
ɛno de wanhyɛ da mfa ntugua no sɛ sika bi ɔde bɛma na ɔbɛbobɔ ho ama no na mmom sɛ dodo bia ɔma ne 1000 ɔbɛbɔ ho ama wo de ɛno de wamfa ntugua nti ɔno de na baabi a n'adwene wɔ paa ne sɛ osi ɔbɛma nipa bɛbu afa so ɔhwɛ ne kyɛ sɛ ɔngatɔ nneɛma no waano no ɛno titiriw ne ade a wohwɛ yɛ a ɛdan aberante n'adwene nti a ɔde n'adwene ma ɔkɔmfo no sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛtumi atɔ nneɛma no bebree a na wanya sika na mennim neɛ nti a obi si ɔbɛyɛ ade ama na ɔngatɔ ade ama na mmom ɔsan ka kyerɛ wo sɛ sika no ɔbɛbɔ ho ama wo a wosan tam nneɛma a watɔn no nso de kɔe a mpo onipa ɔhyɛ ewugua no wantumi ayi n'asotiw ansa wode sika akɔyɛ saa
ayɛ wede de twa toro polisifoɔ no asɛm bɛn na ɔmaka fa wɔn kyi abranteɛ mu nyini sɛ bi a wate deɛ polisifoɔ no aka sɛ ɔman mmara wɔ mu
yi wɔreyɛ nhyehyɛe na wɔde asɛm no akɔ asɛmdibea mfiti ase na nka wɔyɛ sɛ anka asɛm no wɔbɛyɛ no bɔkɔ na mmom nipa na ɔngatwitwa wɔn nso abusuafo si wɔrempene asɛm no nkɔ asɛmdibea nti wɔgu so a wɔreyɛ nhyehyɛe sɛ ɛbɛkɔ asɛmdibea anim yia
ayɛ yɛbɛda ase ne yɛde wasi ɛbrɛ sɛm no yɛbɛtoa so na yɛahwɛ sɛ deɛ si ɛkɔ abusuafo yɛnua ayɛ ɛne no twitwe nkɔmmɔ fi apie ma ntɛm na kyerɛ sɛ abrante bi ɛsɛ ɔkɔpɛ sika mmɔ ho deɛ akɔfa makɔsua na wɔkɔmfɔ de slide deɛ
ɔka sɛ ɔkɔmfɔ de slide na msi we deɛ ne deɛ sɛ sɛ ɔmo nyinaa modernize the guitar nti edi no yɛ different ɔmo asɛm abusua
adesua de ma yɛ nyinaa
oh yes yɛ gyina wei so na yɛagye aboafo nkrato aba ya mama akwaba afei ye to akasebo no eso na ye kọ adwadie ensemu adwadie ensem no most astounding leader ewo apomudin mu chese ogina ne na so ogina brane ewo Ghana Business Standards Awards enche ye bia ekoso no CEO Dr. Penyini woda New Life Homeopathic Clinic Dr. Mark Ejay ena odi ato Ghana adihye nyina anim say wontwe won ho mfiri se yade bi eba wo so anase bibi kitu bi na adimika na wo ankasa wakwakoto enuro na wo nom wosesa ade no wo beti wani no na yade a wakofa ma wo ho no na esopa enu nti odi afutuo ama Ghana fo
Opanyi kwantrefo a oda New Life Homeopathic Clinic ano Dr. Mark Ejay ena de sansem we nyina etudwa wo kire mu se Ghana ha dodo no a ena enya akoma yade sabo yade ena fi ahrawa mu yade ni nyina ene se dodo no ano ekokopie mu ewo pharmacy ekoto nura hodo no a wo mo ene doctor bia enkasaye na saade no ya etia apomudin pa enu nti ansa na wo beto aduro bia no no se wutumi ekọ ho hospital me yetumi eye hwehwemu ewo mujam ehu se ade we anase ade potin we ena eye wo na watumi apɛ ho aduru atumi anom na Dr. Mark Ejay edis hansem we nyina to dwa wa bra wo mo ebo dwa data eda New Life Homeopathic Clinic foforo kra wo mo abie no ewo Takrade Secondary
New Life about Takrade ne purpose kese pa ne se adwuma New Life Homeopathic Clinic abaye ayosabia kese a ewiase nyina to di akire a obehwe na nipa atwa ticket from outside the country be Canada be US na European countries no eba dansoman ebeja yaresa na de sashe yenkran ya Takrade ne se obehwe no na anuanom a efri western part of the country Takrade Cape Coast na even Takwa eba dansoman each and every day no me kan dodo kirewa ebe shokew enu nti na ama ehun ko hia ye se ye beben ye nuanom a ewo western part of the country ana nyame adom ya be ye asabia fefefe as a modernized New Life Homeopathic, one of our modernized branch ya de aba be PM ewa ha ni nyina ne se de ayaresa homeopathy ayaresa no ana de ben ye nuanom a ewo western part of the country
enu achi ena ohimpon wo aprem do nana aja kwame na otoso dubaako enso ede afutu ebema adwumayefo a yafa wo mu se wo momra beboa na apomuden ho nsem enkoso ewo eye asipiti ho ne se wo momomode enya abotre se de be ya wo betumi ahwe ayarefo no a wo mo eba beje ayarehwe ewo ho no
New Life wa abade won he ba betena ehwe facility today na numu equipment manda anwende obotum anya equipment otedam na woda hwe yarefo nti yame ne yeda na ase na CEO oya Dr. Mark Ejay de watumu amandam suahunu no nandam nimdi no wan fantina nkran ana kumase odi bi so abran awo yensekani Takrade na Western region kwado ha no Tiamisha ni bebre.
Ne krakra no ena Dr. Amatin Azaglu ya ono na ye repa ofri eye Ministry of Health enso edin semsei etudwa.
New Life Homeopathic Clinic is the topmost homeopathic clinic in Ghana. And it is for that reason that all the awards that are sanctioned by the Ministry of Health in respect of homeopathy, New Life over the years have been sweeping those awards. If you hear of New Life and the works they are doing in the ministry, you would not know that it is just young men and ladies behind New Life Homeopathic Clinic. And so, doctor has showed you a license given by our office. If New Life were not registered, we will not come all the way from Accra to come and deliver a speech here. And so rest assured that New Life is registered and given license. The staff of New Life have been examined and given certificates to operate.
Yeto anso no so ne da ho a ewo adwadie ensemu na yekọ MTN Ghana afibia no omoye enhyiemu edema asemufo empanifo awo oman Ghana mu eno omo echeche ensemu echere kwan a omo efa so na abefo kwan so nkrato ene ade omoye se ne be ya enema betumi akoyie efa nkrato ho nsem ne no ena afidie etumi abaso a omo hyi asemufo empanifo nyina ene omo hyiemu atwetwe nkomo
Sa 2021 edition ya eno no eye for Roma MTN for eye ema ne southern sector adwumayefo no ekoso ewo nkrankrodua mu hase na eno enopanyi kwankyerefo a oda MTN ano Selom Adadifo enam so ediba betu dwese wo mo eye adwumakuo bi a wo mo egina wo mo ena so pa ewo man Ghana mu na sesia no kra no hwe Ghana Stock Exchange MTN wo mo edimu akotene pa ewo enu nti wo mo etoto asre enwumayefo a aka ewo man Ghana mu se wo mo enso mra be join wo mo se de be ya ebetumi aboa ma eye na hano ye stock exchange anase dwumadi a yedi ewo telecommunication mu no emu ebetumi apagya ama Ghana mabunu opportunities ahodo no amomotumi akọ manim ewo saa kwan no.
MTN strategy continues to evolve again to stay relevant to our customer needs. MTN is a bold investor. We continue to take bold steps, take risks. We've taken many risks in our evolution and we'll continue to do that because if we don't take risks we won't evolve as a company. MTN embarks on 4G on all sites by the end of 2022. That's exciting. Again, today we have people sitting in here who are working very hard to make sure that happens, and we're quite excited. Spectrum availability is key, like I highlighted, to continue to grow. Our commitment to GHQR to support financial inclusion acceleration continues. MTN will continue to enhance customer experience. Like I said, this is a pivotal area for us, quite important. And MTN's commitment to partnering government towards achievement of Ghana's digital ambitions, again, paramount for us. MTN is an enabler of SME businesses in Ghana, an area where we have one of our Ambition 2025 pillars dedicated to enterprise solutions focused on SMEs. And then lastly, MTN will continue to invest in employees. Like I said, you don't get this far without leadership. You don't get this far without our people. And therefore, that investment continues to be very critical and important to us. MTN remains grateful to all stakeholders. We would never be here today without our customers. So thank you, customers, for your custom, for your loyalty over the 25 years. Thank you for believing and staying with us through that period. And thank you, most importantly, for forgiving us when we made mistakes. I believe we have learned and we continue to improve. So thank you for giving us that opportunity.
Enwachi enopanyi kwanchirefo ekasa ye efa African Continental Free Trade Area. Onam so editu dwa se omo ehwe se omo edi technological infrastructure ebitumi agu form na etumi aboa apagya sa free trade no.
So we've thought about different areas largely in line with our ambition to drive a digital economy and become a digital economy in a few years, but also aligned to our core competencies of technology. So we're currently in the process of designing a proposal around how we can support government in building an ICT hub and potentially multiple ICT hubs. This forms part of the Ghana Cares program under technology hubs. We're also looking at innovation cities where we can bring SMEs together into one specific area and they can develop things and launch small companies and drive innovation and really use this as an opportunity as a platform for Ghana and for West Africa as well. And everything we do today, we're thinking, how does Ghana become more competitive within AFCFTA when it happens? And how can we be that beacon in West Africa or in Africa that can essentially dictate what happens economically once we get into this era of AFCFTA? So quite important for us. Of course, talking to Ministry of Finance and other ministries, Ministry of Communications on Ghana Cares and the way we can continue to support outside of ICT hubs. So if there are other initiatives we can participate in, more linked towards technology, we'll be looking at that as well.
Ya twa seven so yeda ho ewo adwadie mu na yeko Total Ghana na Total Ghana adwumaku a se ton fan wo pa de ombomodin papa na no na wodi dwumadie bi eba ye Total Taxi Club adrava fo ahyenkafo dwumadie omudi ma omo na omo hye ho fa no asante mantemu omo ne adrava fo dodo na edinsa so eche omade eche se dwumadie omo no omudi ye no akoyie nti omo beto aso
Ghana hadie oba na okase opefango company a wodi ntintiman pa untimi nsa Total Petroleum Ghana ho na beye emfie miensani ena omo ye nhyehyeye se dabi adrava fo ebre kwan ben so ɛna Total Petroleum Ghana ɔmo so betumi aboa ama driver for so etimi edi ɛna ɔmo ɛne Star Assurance ayɛ insurance company ɛkabɔ mu sɛ be ya a driver for so a ɔmo ɛde car yɛ adwuma mekyerɛ ɛyɛ commercial vehicles ɔmo so betumi atɔ ɔmo saa nhyehyɛ ya ɔmo ɛyɛ edin a ɛda so ɛyɛ Total Trusty Club mfie miɛnsa nie na wɔ sɛ ɔmo etimi ɛbɔ edwa ɛwɔ Kumase wɔ Asante Mantem a ɔmo ɛde nsɛm ɛtodwa ɛno ɛna YouTube nsɛm dwefo ko pie hɔ a retail network manager ɛde Total Ghana owura Jimanuel Kwesi Beni ɛde nsɛm yi ɛto edwa
3 years ago ni ɛde trucks buy ɛde trucks buy ni yɛsi yɛde ba ma drivers a ɔmo yɛ adwuma no yɛde discount ama ɔmo no ɔmo tumi nya sika bebree ɛwɔ ɔmo bottom first ni ɔmo 2 pesos per liter as discount off will be on better into 3 years after no nsesan abem yes this time no you're increasing in the 4 pesos from 2 pesos to 4 pesos amomo apart from that no so actually I dey abey and also abeka ho every last Friday of every month bia no yes and so more match there yeah the COVID insurance abeka ho say unya COVID na say ukọ hospital na say wanya COVID sika wo hu bia no insurance me den ebetua mo yeah the Star Insurance motor renewal and a free fuel abeka ho actually no I increase as a driver no yes my din kakra uye adwuma odwin ka obenya ho kitwa bi enso fuel de auto ubeto fuel a ema o car enko workshop bebre nti fuel be bo car ho ban engine oil nso be bo car ho ban ni nyina total e wo the top quality e wo Ghana ha ye lubricants number 1 ye fuel no so ye de nyema guguma e be siesie o car mu emfa fimba o car mu o car no e be ye more kilometers ama wanya sika bebre abegu bottom apart from that no so every month bia no so ye chew fuel every 3 months bia no so yes also ma fuel every year no so fuel wato during the year nyina no so edu end of the year ye be calculate na each and every one bia no yama 2 pesos inti last year say na bi munya 1000 to 2500 eno na yesa na ube hu say Christmas no ubetumi dia aye adwuma bebre a unto fuel no udi beto fuel no sika bebe nyina be ko obotom omumra yewo achede mo
eno achi no YouTube in some trefo any area manager edema Total Ghana e wa Asante Mantem owura Richard Eko Adams yehwehwe nkomo e ma o kire mu sei
Total I have you say driver ni bia say oka kuo no nko ade a say unya kwanhye bia dia the insurance package ma 5000 eno achi no say ye go to hospital ntumi nya hwe a every week bia Total say be ma 96 Ghana cedi eno echi no yesa wo 1000 Ghana cedi at the mount it just say insurance in the all bebre COVID is amba e kra no Total yesa de COVID insurance nso aka ho unya COVID na say won chi o ti fie na won tumi nya hwa Total say there is a 3000 Ghana cedi at the mount it trucks in there driving in there do join here benefits abenya there bebre
ne kra no YouTube in some trefo ene owura Patrick Nti ono so ne ti yeye e ma sa achede ene sa nhyehyɛ ya Total fo aye no onya bi ensama ode tu dwa no eni
na yeto fuel no filling stations me ne ade ye toy pa nso ye nya hwe ya nyina ba bia nso anhye ni munyama etisei na emra Total ba ya managers no ene me kasa ya mete ase me di o machi metia wa ya mu manya ne ma bebre na afiri mu ene ma benya TV bi da foforo bi nso benya de ase ne sei enti me da Total ase enti me bom pa ese obi anso betima ya adwumaden aboa ma Total akoso se be ya da bia ye from nso ba ha omuso betima nya de ase ne medi
ye gina we so na yaje aboafo nkrato etwato abasisia Besuma ma haya na yede kase bono esie na ansa na yebe kokra na matade e hyemi eye Justy Fashions wono na epam atade Justy Fashions e wo Jowulu woni Fidelity Bank ni di hwe ni mu na hacho so woni Block Factory no e di hwe ni mu betimi ne no akasa e wo 0267968838 0267968838 Anim
Menso Grocer Ventures ukoda akuma na onsabe kan mo ho omo ena promatare ehemi e ma ne mema nyina e pam mo dia mo kwa mo pam e dia ma kama from 0244 250 420 0244 250 420 midi edi Anim Addo ni aba
Akosua Sarpong ama mo ne hwa adehye